let's dive in. Picture this for a second. The end of a long day, all that weight just kind of lifting off your shoulders. You step into this warm, bubbling water, and all the stress just gone.
Yeah.
That's the dream, right?
Absolutely.
So today, we're digging into how to make that dream maybe a bit more real, right in your own backyard. We're focusing on the Seizeen 82-inch inflatable hot tub.
Right.
And our mission, really, is to unpack everything about this thing. The features, the good, the maybe not so good, what actual users are saying. Basically, everything you need to decide if it's your next little slice of heaven.
And we'll approach this like we usually do, looking at the product details, the specs, but also digging into a whole load of customer reviews.
Yeah.
The aim isn't just to list stuff, but to pull out what's practical, how it actually works in the real world,
The second.
Get past the marketing buzz.
Exactly. Cut through the noise. So let's start with the basics. What is the Seizeen hot tub? It's pitched as a portable, round hot tub, made for home spa use. It says it fits up to 6 people. Some places even say 6 to 8, maybe a bit optimistic.
Could be a squeeze, yeah. But the main idea is clear. It's your own personal, warm, bubbly spot for relaxing, unwinding, right there in your yard on the patio.
And the big hook, I think, is the setup time. They claim 3 minutes.
Yeah, that inflatable part is the real kicker. It offers that flexibility you just don't get with a traditional built-in tub.
Definitely.
Looking at the specs, it's about 82 inches across, roughly, and about 26 inches high. Holds 264 gallons of water.
Yeah, it sounds like quite a bit.
It is, but the tub itself, empty, is only 53 pounds. So yeah, genuinely portable. You could actually move it.
Wow, okay. And the material?
It's made from laminated PVC. Think of it like reinforced vinyl, layered for strength. That's what makes it durable, but still foldable. And it comes in this gray rattan look pattern. Pretty standard look for these things.
Gotcha. So it looks decent, it's light, promises super quick setup. But what's the actual experience like when you're in it? Let's talk features.
Right, the core experience.
First off, the bubbles. The massage part. Got 130 bubble jets. Says they're at the bottom, creating a halo of bubbles.
Yeah, 130 is quite a few for an inflatable. Yeah. That suggests a pretty decent massage effect. More immersive than you might think.
And it heats up to 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Standard spa temp.
And crucially, it has an integrated water filter. Keeps the water clean, which is a big deal for maintenance. You don't want murky water.
No, definitely not. Cuts down on the work.
And the controls seem pretty user-friendly, too. It's got this upgraded built-in control panel.
Built-in, so not a separate box.
Exactly. The pump and the controls are all integrated into the side of the tub itself. Looks cleaner, simpler to use. Hidden buttons, one-touch operation for inflating, filtering, bubbles, temperature. Plus an LED display for the temp. Easy peasy.
Okay, that sounds convenient.
And they include an energy-saving cover, which is actually pretty smart.
How so?
Well, it helps keep the heat in so you don't have to heat it as often or for as long. Saves energy, saves money, and it keeps leaves and stuff out so the filter doesn't have to work as hard either. It's just efficient.
I like that they've thought about the practical side, the upkeep.
Huh?
But you mentioned inflatable. Can you really use this thing year-round?
Yeah.
Seems like it wouldn't hold up in the cold.
That's a fair question. They call it a year-round spa, and there's some tech behind that. It has an anti-freeze system.
Anti-freeze?
Yeah, basically if the temperature drops too low, it automatically kicks in just enough heat to stop the water inside the pump and pipes from freezing. That prevents damage.
Ah, okay.
So you can use it in cooler weather, like fall or maybe mild winter days, as long as it stays above, say, 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's pretty cool. Makes it much more versatile than just a summer toy.
Right, and that laminated PVC material helps with that too, designed to handle temperature changes better than basic vinyl.
And back to that portability point, 3-minute setup, handles on the side, a storage bag. It really leans into that spa anytime, anywhere idea.
It does. You could theoretically take it camping if you had power, or just easily move it around your yard. It's a different mindset than a permanent tub.
Definitely. So the build seems solid for what it is.
Yeah.
Good capacity for friends or family.
Yeah, it fits up to 6, maybe 8 close friends, they say. Good for gatherings.
And what actually comes in the box besides the tub and pump?
You get quite a bit. The cover, obviously. An inflatable pad, maybe for under it. An air hose, 2 filters, filter cover. A spanner. keys for the cover locks.
Keys for security.
Yeah, helps keep the cover secure, maybe keeps kids out too. Also, ground mat, hose connector, a couple of repair patches, which is smart.
Good to have, yeah.
And that storage bag. So pretty much everything you need to get started.
Okay, it sounds really good on paper, but the real proof is in the pudding, really. What are people actually saying? It's got a 4.5 out of 5 stars from, like, over 400 ratings. That's pretty strong.
Very strong for this kind of product. Tells you most people are happy.
So let's dig into those pros. What are the big wins, according to users? Ease of setup seems huge.
Massive. People rave about it. We saw comments like, very easy to set up, inflates in minutes. Someone named Ralph, who's had other brands, specifically liked that the blower is built in, saves hassle.
Yeah, no connecting extra pipes.
Right. And Michelle Fisher mentioned trying a hand pump first before realizing the built-in one did it super fast. Funny, but shows how easy it is. Patty called it surprisingly terrific.
Even got her skeptical husband hooked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The consensus is setup is genuinely simple. Removes that intimidation factor.
Okay, so it's easy to get going, but how does it feel? Is it comfortable, or does it feel like you're sitting in a paddling pool?
People seem genuinely surprised by the comfort. Patty said it's surprisingly comfortable and feels awesome. Doesn't feel flimsy like you might expect.
That's good to hear. And sturdiness for an inflatable.
Also gets good marks. Patty called it well-made and sturdy. Michelle Fisher said sturdy and solid. Laura, who was hesitant, just said quality is great. It seems to hold up well.
Okay, comfort, sturdy. What about performance? Heat and jets.
Yeah, people are happy there too. Laura, the water gets so hot with 4 exclamation points.
Well, okay, point taken.
Michelle Fisher said the jets were stronger than I expected, which is often a weak point in inflatables. User Jebel SL1 said it hit 95 degrees in about 7 hours from cold fill.
Pretty decent.
And Ralph noted something interesting. Unlike his old tubs, this one keeps heating even if the filter needs changing, although the bubbles stop, shows a robust heating system.
That's a neat detail. Consistent heat is key.
For sure.
And wrapping up the pros, value seems to be a big one. Patty's quote, "For the price, you can't beat it."
Yeah, seems people feel they get a lot for their money. And size, too. Michelle Fisher's 6'4" boyfriend had plenty of legroom, so it does seem genuinely spacious for an inflatable.
Okay, lots of positives, but no product is perfect. What are the downsides or things people need to consider? The cons.
Right. First and foremost, a huge one. It does not ship to California. Big letters, red warning type stuff.
Seriously, why not?
Likely state regulations around energy or water use for appliances like this. But bottom line, if you're in California, you can't order this model. Full stop.
Wow, okay. Good to know up front. What else?
Noise level. Patty mentioned it's a little louder when you turn the jets on than most hot tubs. Probably because the pump is right there in the unit.
Makes sense. Something to be aware of.
Also, the temperature can dip a bit when the bubbles are running full blast. Michelle Fisher noticed it, but said it was not really that bad. A slight trade-off.
Okay, understandable. What about maintenance? Filters?
Yeah, especially with hard water. Lindsay advised changing filters weekly at first until the water clears up, then sticking to the recommended schedule like every 168 hours of use.
So regular filter changes are a must.
Definitely. Keeps the water nice and the heater working efficiently. It's part of owning any hot tub, really.
True. Any other niggles?
Heating time from cold can be long, obviously. They suggest adding some hot water at the start if you're impatient.
A practical tip.
One user, Cody, mentioned the floor mat shown in the instructions wasn't actually in their box. Minor, but, annoying if you expected it.
Yeah, missing parts are never fun.
And Cody also flagged the plug size. Said the big plug didn't fit their covered outdoor outlet. Might need an adapter or a different outlet setup.
Good practical point about outlets.
And a general caution, don't leave it baking in direct sun long term. The material can expand or deform. Some shade is probably a good idea.
Makes sense for any inflatable. Lastly, customer service.
A bit of a mixed bag, it seems. Some people, like Lindsay and Beth, had great experiences, quick help with heater issues.
Yeah.
But others, like Kathy and Lori, ran into problems. Kathy couldn't get filter info, worried about future availability. Lori had a heater fail quickly and felt customer service wasn't helpful.
So support might be hit or miss. That's definitely a consideration for a purchase like this.
It is something to weigh up.
Okay, so taking all that in, the features, the praise, the potential issues, who is this really for? Who should buy the Seizeen?
Well, it seems pretty clear it's aimed at folks who want that hot tub vibe without the massive cost and permanence of a traditional one.
Right. Affordable, convenient relaxation.
Exactly. If you want flexibility in your backyard, on your deck, wherever, and you just want to unwind easily after work, it looks like a really strong contender.
Makes sense.
And specifically, it's great if you value that super easy setup and the option to pack it away seasonally or move it around. If you like having friends over, the size is a definite plus.
Fits the whole crew.
Mostly. And if you live somewhere with milder winters, that anti-freeze feature means you could genuinely use it almost year-round, as long as temps stay above 40 Fahrenheit.
But the big caveat.
The big one, cannot ship to California. If that's you, sorry. Gotta look elsewhere for this specific tub.
Right. So summing up, if you're not in California and you want that blend of easy setup, decent comfort, good features, all in a portable package.
Yeah, the Seizeen seems to deliver a surprisingly robust spa experience for what it is. It really packs a punch for an inflatable.
It does seem impressive for its category.
And, looking at this, it really makes you think about how things like self-care and relaxation are becoming so much more accessible. Innovation isn't always about, flying cars. Sometimes it's about making a hot tub easy enough for almost anyone to set up in their backyard.
That's a great point.
It raises that question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What other barriers to just feeling good, to personal wellness, are being quietly broken down by clever design like this? What else is out there making life just a little bit nicer, easier?
Something to definitely ponder while you're soaking. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Yeah, hope this gave you the lowdown you needed, maybe spark some ideas about bringing a bit more relaxation into your own life.
If you've decided this Seizeen hot tub is the backyard oasis for you, you can find the link to check it out right there in the description below.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.